Great morning, great morning, great morning. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. It is time for the It's About You radio show. I'm your host, Maurice McDonald, aka Mickey D. Each and every Tuesday morning, I have the honor, the privilege, and the awesome responsibility to have this platform designed to get into your ears and hopefully into your heart, into your legs, causing you to move and be the very best possible person you can be. Each and every Tuesday morning, this platform, as I always say, I don't take it for granted. I don't take it lightly because life is full of choices, not chances. And I had the chance or the opportunity to have this platform. Those of you, each and every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, when I have this platform, I always say, listen, this is no accident. Over four decades ago, I wanted to go into radio, television, broadcasting. The story I always tell is that I majored in communications the first time around in college. I say the first time because I needed two times, a double dipping, a baptism, so to speak. And radio, television, broadcasting was what I wanted to do. I majored in communications, Hunter College in Manhattan, New York City. However, my creator took me a different route and got me into law enforcement, of all places. Never thought I'd be a law enforcement officer. I was one of those good serving officers, believe in helping people for over 4 decades. And then I became a professional school counselor, college professor, domestic violence counselor. So a lot of things I have done over the years, careers that I've been blessed to have. And this radio came to me again. So with that said, I truly believe my creator wanted me to go through some things and have something to talk about while on the radio. And because it's 8 o'clock in the morning, I know someone is showering, someone's having breakfast, someone's in the office, and you're listening. And I do not take that for granted. I love it. And the idea is to share something, not just to talk, have something to really talk about and share. Well, as always, my morning quote of the day. My morning quote of the day is brought to you by MauriceMcDonald.net. MauriceMcDonald.net. Go there and learn all about your amazing gut microbiome. Again, MauriceMcDonald.net. And it is a quote by Catherine Dunham. And her quote says, "Go within every day and find the inner strength so that the world will not blow your candle out." Let me say that again. Go within every day and find the inner strength so that the world will not blow your candle out. I want to pause for a second. I want that to sink in. Do you know every single day you wake up, their mission is to blow your candle out? The wind blowing, they smile on your face, some of them are family members. Some of them are best friends, so-called best friends. Some people are jealous of you. But they wake up every single day with the mission to blow out somebody's candle. And what does that look like? Someone blowing your candle out. You got a great idea. Something you've been wanting to do and you went and told them your plan. First mistake. Don't tell everybody your plan. Go in silence. Work in silence. They will see your plan once it's completed. Wouldn't it be great for them to say, "Oh, I didn't know you were doing this. Why didn't you tell me?" First and foremost, I don't want to tell you my plan all the time. Because remember, some people will blow your candle out or attempt to blow your candle out. They can only blow it out if you allow them to blow your candle out. You see, that candle was for you. It was not a floodlight. It was not a sunshine. It was a candle. And sometimes being a candle implies that you were in darkness. When this idea was birthed in you, you were in darkness. It was an idea. And you were there and you needed just a candle so that you can see it, because it's not meant for them to see it. So stop broadcasting your plan. Stop broadcasting what you're going to do so people can sabotage you. And sometimes they say it with words, a look, sucking of the teeth, a post on social media, or a group of them get together. Who do you think you are? I mean, really? I hear this all the time from students at the college. when they say I was a black sheep of the family and I was not expected to win, I was not expected to make it. And who do you think you are after all the things you've done? You're going to get a college degree. You're going back to school. You're going to do this. You're going to open the business up. You're going to do what? Well, or if I were you, okay, if I were you, or a certain raising of the eyebrow, and you start listening and going, well, maybe I can't do it. And they blow it out. Wow. So the message today is by Catherine Dunham. Go within every day and find the inner strength so that the world will not blow your candle out. Protect your candle. Shield it. Because if you're building a campfire on a windy day, you know you got to start with the kindling. You got to put your hands over it to get that little spark, to get that flame up, to keep the wind out. Because once it starts burning and you've got the right fuel there for it to burn, the wind won't burn it out because that fire is big now. Yeah, that campfire is big now. The wood is there. So once you get it started, you may be able to survive and continue, because that candle is designed to be a light for you and maybe some warmth for you when the world gets cold against you because you dare step out. You're a woman going into a male's dominated career. You're the first person of color in there, or you're the first person of faith to go and do some certain things. And oh yeah. So that is your morning quote of the day, brought to you again by MauriceMcDonald.net. Go there and learn all about your gut microbiome, because that is where most of the issues start, in your body, in your gut. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. Already this morning, I was almost having a whole session on that morning quote of the day. I saw that when they just spoke to me, and I decided that's the one I'm going to go with this early morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, WDRB Media, voice of the community. If you're just tuning in, it is the It's About You show with Maurice McDonald, your host. Well, I was last week having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about something that this individual saw on social media. And so I went and found it, and it blessed me hugely. It was a story of a man talking about in his college days, and talking about he registered for a class, and he found out that he had registered for the wrong class. It was a statistics class, and he thought he was getting in the general statistics class, and it turns out he was not. He was in a more advanced class, an advanced course in statistics. Well, when he got in there and found out he was in the wrong class, the professor called the roll, and his name was not there. And so he said, "Oh, I must be in the wrong class." So he was about to leave, and the professor said, "Well, you might do okay in this class." And he said, "What?" He said that he knew he was horrible in math, and he knew this course would be too much for him. So he's in his mind, he said, "Well, I don't think so, sir." And the man had the biggest smile on his face and said, "You never know till you try, son." And he kept smiling at him. And he even walked to the door. When he went outside the door, he says, "Sometimes these challenges for you can only make you stronger. I bet you if you applied yourself in this class, you'll pass." And he turned around and looked at the man again with that big grin on his face. So his feet started moving back toward the class, back into the classroom. Before he knew it, he said, and he got in the course, and the man said, "You know what? I bet if you take this course and you work with me each day after class is over, I bet you'll pass this course." And so he stayed in the class, and he did just what the professor said. He challenged himself. It was difficult. It challenged him. And he ended up passing the course with a B. And he talked about how he had never backed down from a challenge. He talked about how he'd overcome so many things in his life, And that day, his freshman year, he said the rest of his college career was much easier because every time he had a challenge, he overcame it. He pushed because that professor believed in him and the professor worked with him and brought the best in him. And at that point, he said that's the only B he got his whole college career because everything else he based it upon. And even after graduating, he based it upon what the professor said. Now, with that said, it just spoke to me. It resonated with me. And I decided today's show is going to be based upon that. So buckle up, sit back, relax. I'm about to take you down a road that I think will bless you as well. And the topic today is why people shy away from challenges. Why do people shy away from challenges? And we're going to talk about that today. Challenges in your life. I want you to think about in your life, your story of how you walked away or you shied away from challenges. First and foremost, I believe that the first reason people shy away from challenges is fear of failure. Fear of failure. Many people avoid challenges because they fear failing publicly or disappointing others. The reality is that failure is often the most powerful teacher. Failure is the most powerful teacher. If you think about it, Michael Jordan, the GOAT. I know some people say LeBron, and I get it, but one of the GOATs, let me put it this way, one of the GOATs, Michael Jordan, the other, I'll say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but I'm not going to get into that debate. But let's just say Michael Jordan, his story. He tried out for the basketball team, of course, and failed the first time. He did not make the team. He got cut. Oh, boy. But he went into the lab. That boy was shooting basketball 10 o'clock at night. It became his life. That challenge, Kobe Bryant, stories. Oh my gosh, the work ethic, the challenge, all those things. So I want you to know that many people, I said fear of failure was my very first point. That many people avoid challenges because they fear failing publicly or disappointing others. The reality is that failure is often the most powerful teacher. Yes. And you must fail. Let's get this out in the open right off the bat. You must fail to succeed. Fail forward and fail often. Get it out of the way. Because now you know what not to do. So many people, and if you're listening to me right now and you have been that individual that is afraid to fail, you've been that individual that has made excuses, you've been that individual who is running as fast as you can away from challenges for fear of failure. You heard it from my lips this morning. Stop it. Stop running. Face it head on. It's a challenge for a reason. Failing is okay. Falling is okay. How do you learn to ride the bicycle? You fall off a couple times. Well, many times. You take the training wheels off and guess what? You stumble. But once you learn your balance, now it's look, mom, no hands. Riding the bicycle. Go back to your childhood. Look at right now. Examine. I want you to get pen and paper out and I want you to write down 5 times that you ran. Just give me 5 times. Give yourself, pretend you're talking to me. Give me 5 times that you failed. It was fear of failure while you ran from a challenge. Whatever it was. Write them down. Write it down. Don't just, because I know if you go over your life, you can see sometimes. And you went to that I shoulda, coulda, woulda stage. If I had only, if I hadn't quit, if I hadn't ran from this, if. Yes. So that fear of failure is why some people run from the challenge as well. That is huge. And so if you've written those 5 things down, or make sure if you don't get a chance now, if you're driving or whatever you're doing where you're not able to, I'm asking you to write 5 things down that you did not do. And what I would love for you to do, I would love for you to email them to me. What are those 5 things that you did that, and you can send it to my email address. You send it right to me. If you go to mauricemcdonald.net, you can see my email address, everything in there, how to contact me. Or if you want to send it to me, my email address is lovebiome22@gmail.com. That's LOVEBIOME 22@gmail.com. LOVEBIOME 22@gmail. I would love to see what those are, because I know I went down that road. I know I can do one. And one of my first ones was running from that challenge was that one, fear of failure. There are people right now in my class that I teach, and for years, for the last 15 years as an educator, is having students who will not raise their hand when they don't know what I'm discussing. They're confused. They don't have certainty, and they don't raise their hand in front of everybody else. And immediately after class, here they want to come, 3 or 4 lined up, and they're asking me the same question. And now the other 20 students have walked out. And I wonder how many of them know. That stems back, some of that, from childhood, when they were called stupid in class, or 5th grade or 6th grade. And now they're adults afraid to, I didn't want to raise my hand. Or they'll email me 3 or 4 days later with some uncertainty when they could have got it in class right then. And sometimes people feel so uncomfortable. It's that fear of failure or fear of looking like a fool sometimes. Now, the second point, comfort zone. You see, some people avoid challenges or shy away from challenges because of their comfort zones. People naturally gravitate toward what feels safe and familiar. Challenges push us outside of the comfort zone, which can feel uncomfortable, but is necessary for growth. See, you gotta stretch yourself. The purpose of education is to stretch your mind. It'll never go back to where it used to be. Stretch yourself. There's a purpose for it. And sometimes that comfort zone, I want to go take the path of least resistance. I want to make it easy. No, your comfort zone, I've said this many times, your comfort zone is your broke zone. And I'm not talking about money. Money is not what I'm talking about. Your comfort zone can be your broke zone. And so people shy away from challenges because they feel uncomfortable. So let me tell you right now, get out of the comfort zone. I know the chair is called the lazy boy for a reason. Yes, your comfort zone stops you from moving. It stops you, and you shy away from challenges. For example, public speaking. Oh my gosh, in every class, every student, every semester, they have to get in front of the class. It's called, in education, what we call flipping the class. You know, the old school was the educators in front of the room and doing all the lecturing and doing all the everything else, and you're taking notes, and then you want to regurgitate it back to me on an exam. No, that doesn't work anymore. The research says you learn more by participation. You learn more by doing. So when you see now, it's called flipping the class, is they're given a chapter. If there are 13 chapters or 14 chapters in the book, and there are 20 students or 25 students, they're going to have to double up, and they present together. If there are 13 chapters and 13 students, guess what? They each have a chapter. They pick the chapter they want. Day one, start to work on it. You're going to teach that course, the PowerPoint. You're going to do all the work. You're going to find supplemental research, supplemental videos that may work with your video With your lesson plan, if there are handouts, yes, you must have handouts. You must have iceberg. You are going to be an instructor, and you've got 45 minutes minimum to present. And let me tell you, you talk about being uncomfortable, and you must do it because it counts for points. You got to do it. And they'll be absent on that day, and that's, hey, no problem. You take the 0. That's going to hurt you academically. But look what that does. After one semester, and all the other professors as well do that, we are putting out great speakers. I'm taking time to say this to you right now because when you're challenged to come out of your comfort zone, you will be surprised what you can do. And this is the beautiful part, is watching them. And then after about 2 semesters, they're so good at what they do. Now they're more comfortable. And now they have avoided the challenge. Because my point is, if you are getting an education, you want to look like you're intelligent, sound intelligent. In the workforce, you may have to present in front of people. You may have to do the PowerPoint. You may have to do the research for the company, and you become invaluable to agencies because we prepared you for that, coming out of the comfort zone. So I want you also to think about, write down 5 things that challenge you or that you run from because you're in your comfort zone. What do you do at a time you had to overcome some challenges and you came out of your comfort zone, and let me know what they were. I would love to follow up with you on email. Let's talk about it, because I do believe, first of all, I know you will bless me, and hopefully I get to bless you in this area of helping you to come out of that comfort zone. So therefore you will not shy away from challenges that you face in the future, because that's what we're talking about today. Being able, if you just joined us, we're talking about this topic of why people shy away from challenges, why they shy away, and what makes it so difficult for them. And you cannot continue to be 50 years old still running, or 40 years old. You've been running from a challenge. There are people who are brilliant, but they I want to be behind the scenes. I'd rather, and sometimes I want you to think about this. What if your creator did not create you for the background, but you are comfortable there, and you wonder why you're missing your blessing? You wonder why things aren't happening fast enough for you, because you were created to be out front, but because it's your comfort zone, you choose to stay in the comfort zone. And remember, it is time for you to walk in your gift and stop shying away from challenges that you were meant to overcome, things that you were supposed to make it in. So the first point was fear of failure. The second point is comfort zones. Okay, the third point is fear of judgment. Some people avoid challenges because they worry about what others will think if they struggle or fall short. And that goes back very similar to what I said earlier. Fear of the judgment. Fear of judgment. Let me go ahead and say this right now. If someone's judgment or someone's opinion of you, you got to have somebody's opinion and praise of you. If you can only make it if they praise you, you will die from their criticism of you. And therefore, you will stay stuck in that spot. Fear of judgment. Who cares what they say? Because first and foremost, they don't know the topic. They don't know what you were supposed to walk in. They don't understand your purpose. And maybe sometimes you don't understand because you've been listening to all the negative Neds and negative Nancys all your life. And that part, fear of judgment, is crucial. And learning how to walk in your gift, walk in your purpose. Fear of judgment, because they don't pay your bills. They don't have any control over you unless you give it to them. You give them that. We talked about the fear of failure. We talked about the comfort zone. Now the fear of judgment. They're going to judge me. And what if the judgment is that you rocked it? What if the person you thought was going to criticize you, they had planned to criticize you, but you went and showed up and showed out? You came and you walked in that, you did that thing. You wanted to start that bakery, and guess what? You baked the cakes. You started making the pies. And the flavor, it was knockout. You started selling it out of the trunk of your car. You started selling it, making pies on holidays and in your own kitchen and stepping out of your comfort zone. And now suddenly you got 100 people calling you just before the holidays, and you got to get some help to bake you got 25 orders to make. And you're feeling all that. So don't worry about the judgment. Hey, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Your body is the most advanced operating system in the world. Every day, trillions of cells run millions of processes at once. Over time, it can start to slow down due to stress, poor sleep, diet, environmental stressors. It can feel overwhelming. Suddenly, you feel the lag. Brain fog, low energy, poor digestion, slower recovery. That's your system struggling to keep up. What if, instead, you could give yourself an edge to tackle what the day has in store? From the creators of the world's most powerful activation products comes Healthy Edge. Healthy Edge starts with Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. It reduces oxidative stress by up to 40% in 30 days by activating your natural cellular defense system to help your body make its own antioxidants that are 1,000,000 times more powerful than any you could ever take. The other half of Healthy Edge is P84. Using the right amount of whole food ingredients, probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, and digestive enzymes, P84 activates the master peptides in your gut that help regulate, repair, and restore balance, going beyond supplementation. On their own, each activator is powerful. Together, they help you feel unstoppable. NRF2 Synergizer is your defense. P84 is your offense. And when they work as one, you don't just keep up, you stay ahead of everything life throws your way. Want to level up your activation? Check out our other activator products and learn about sharing these life-changing products to start a healthy side business. Take back your day with Healthy Edge.
To learn more about Healthy Edge, simply go to mauricemcdonald.net. That's MauriceMcDonald.net. Again, mauricemcdonald.net to learn about the Healthy Edge and take back your day. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the It's About You radio show. Host Maurice McDonald here each and every Tuesday morning. And the first segment, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it, we were talking about why people shy away from challenges. Why they shy away from challenges they face each and every day. The first part we talked about was failure, fear of failure. Secondly, we talked about comfort zones. Now we just talked about fear of judgment. The powerful, sharp tongue that people are afraid of, the judging me. What are they going to think about me? Because the idea is unconventional. It looks stupid. Who would ever think about doing this and why? But it's been birthed in you, but you've been running from it and fear of what they're going to say. You know, my next point is just plain a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence. Why people shy away. Low self-confidence, that low self-esteem. It can make challenges appear bigger than they really are. When individuals doubt their abilities, when you doubt your abilities, they often choose avoidance instead of effort. Avoidance instead of effort. You know, you see, the Creator put it in you. Hello. Those of you of faith, you know what I'm talking about. That confidence. Walk in your gift. You already know. Those of you who know that book called the Bible, you know David, he didn't lack confidence. In the natural, when you got a Goliath in front of you and you a boy with a slingshot, and some little smooth stones, and people are laughing at you. But he knew whose he was. He knew what he was about, what he was made up in him, what's inside of him, who's inside of him. And that confidence said, I wish you would. Matter of fact, hey, step on over here. I will knock. Yeah. He said, come on, I got something for you. Bring it on. And so the moment you get your confidence back, when you get your confidence, when you look up in the mirror, you all know I'm a champion for what you say in the mirror every morning. Man, I'm a handsome dude. Mm-hmm. Now that I got these 40 pounds off, shout out to my personal trainer and some amazing stuff I'm sharing with you. You know, go to MauriceMcDonald.net and you see what I'm talking about and learn all about that stuff. I got things right. And guess what? Oh man, that confidence. What do you say in the morning? Oh, it's Monday morning and I hate going to this job. Oh, and what are you listening to that takes your confidence? You got to listen in the morning. I love music like anybody else, but usually in my car, that's my mobile library. I got to have some word. I got to have things I'm listening to keep my confidence up because, if you go back to my morning quote of the day that said, go within every day and find the inner strength so that the world will not blow your candle out. Sometimes, guys, I'm going to tell you what, I'm not a minister, but let me tell you, this is preaching right here. If y'all want to send a donation to, I'm just kidding. I'm just having fun with y'all today. Listen, the end of the day, that lack of confidence, you're letting your candles be blown out by other people. And this lack of confidence you've been walking in, and some of y'all been walking in it all your life, blocking blessings. Some of you will have more money, more digits in your bank account if you weren't worried about what somebody going to say, that judgment before, a lack of confidence and everything else. Yes, I have a business. Absolutely. Along with education and things I've been doing, I'm an entrepreneur to my heart, ladies and gentlemen. Through criticism, through family members who don't understand, friends who don't understand, but they ain't walking in my gift. I like residual income. And so therefore, what people say in the lack of confidence, that fear of judgment, and then my lack of confidence, there's one thing I don't have to worry about, a lack of confidence. If you've known me 5 minutes, oh yeah, the brother got confidence. Yeah, because I was created for greatness. Yes, I came in the world a winner, as Les Brown say. Out of all the 50,000 cells, guess what? You found the egg. So you came in a winner. Come on. And then, listen, and let me tell you this. Oftentimes, let me get you this idea of lack of confidence. You come in the world looking like your parents, but you leave the world looking like your decisions. And some of your decisions and choices was a part of your lack of confidence. Now, I'm not saying being overconfident, being conceited. Absolutely not. I said you got a lack of confidence. Step up. Man up, woman up, put your chest out. I can do this. Because some of you sit here, read a book that I read that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. And the first opportunity somebody come along and say, I can't do, you backpedal immediately. Like you've been backpedaling for 25 years. Some people, 9 years to get 2-year degree. Because they 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. Because as soon as they faced some opposition, they ran. Because they had a lack of confidence from the very beginning. So you got to start with this. And this is something that other people can't help you with that confidence. This is something you got to work on. See, that's a you thing, not a they thing or we thing. You got to work on it and know your greatness. My next point, why people shy away from challenges, past negative experiences. Past negative experiences. If someone has previously tried something difficult and had a negative outcome, they may hesitate to try again. I did that one time, and let me tell you, I hear that all the time in business. Well, I can't do it, man. I tried that one time, and Oh my goodness. And yet these are the same people will tell their children. I'm talking to the grown folks right now, grown people. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You will tell children, oh, you can do anything you put your mind to. Oh, you can do it. Don't worry about it because you failed one time. You can do it. I know you can do it. I got confidence in you. You got that bumper sticker on the back of the car. My child is A student at blanky blank elementary school. Or that child got tutoring. They were struggling in math. They didn't have they failed math last year. And oftentimes people start saying things like, I'm not good in math. Why? They've had bad experiences. They don't like it. And their parents will say things like, well, I wasn't good in math either, so I guess you took after me. You pouring that foolishness into your child, and yet you won't wear it. Yes, it's more, and I'm coming right at you. I'm coming. Hey, both barrels at you today. I'm looking at you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Don't look at the radio. Don't look at the laptop. Don't look at it. I'm talking to you. Yeah, you right there. Stop with the past negative experiences. Oh, because it lingers. It will come over into your new relationships. It will come into your new opportunities, and you miss out because of what happened in the past. You got to let the past stay right there and learn from it now. It is good. It is good. And because of those negative experiences, negative outcomes, previous difficulties, it becomes difficult for them. And I understand something. Negative experiences. If you've ever been in driving a car and you want to change lanes and you missed that 18,000-pound vehicle in your blind spot, and they blew the horn at you, and you're saying, how did I miss it? So does that mean you don't change lanes anymore? And shout out to you people who will drive 100 miles in the fast lane, the left lane, going 45 miles an hour. They got different lanes for you to change over. Move over to the slow lane. Yeah, I'm talking to you too this morning. Move over to the slow lane. They got the slow lane for you, okay? Because their people got places to go, people to see, things to do, and they moving on with their life. And so you just move over. But my thing is those objects. It says the objects in the mirror, the rearview mirror says the objects in the mirror are closer than you think. So your opportunities to succeed because you had the negative experiences, you were supposed to learn from them, and the new opportunities are closer than they appear to you because you're going to take those negative experiences, learn from them, like Michael Jordan did. He got cut from the team. He never got cut again. Hello. Never got cut again. And there are times for you. Some of you were cut in the end. You weren't ready. Myself, I'm a perfect example. Not a perfect example, but I am an example of that. Radio, I thought I was ready for it in my 20s. I was ready to go do. No, I was not. Life happened and I had to shift gears. But the good thing about it, it was in there, dormant. I had forgotten about it, but it was there. So when the opportunity came again, I didn't look back at the negative experiences. Well, last time you went to the school and you tried to get went to the radio station, tried to get in position, and I wasn't ready. But I had to learn from those challenges. My next point, point number 6, is misunderstanding the purpose of the challenges. Ooh, many people misunderstand the purpose of the challenge. So I heard you just ask me the question. So Maurice, are you saying that challenges have purposes? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Challenges has purpose. And when you misunderstand the purpose of the challenge, many people see challenges as obstacles instead of opportunities. One more time. Many people see challenges as obstacles instead of opportunities. In reality, challenges are often the pathway to improvement and development. Misunderstand the purpose of the challenge. And again, I'll use myself as a guinea pig about about my weight loss journey here. Yes, I am very proud to have lost 40 pounds. My knees feel better. Everything feels better on me. And it's been a journey. It has been 12 months. And I did a show with my trainer. We're going to do another one as well when this 40 pounds are off, and maybe even before then. And there's been some challenges, some setbacks occasionally where I lost some focus. But understanding something, you see, this whole point, misunderstanding the purpose of the challenge. The challenge is the 5:30 club. I'd walk in 5:30 in the morning. I hear some of you just screaming, "Oh, I can never get up." And maybe then you better do it at 5:30 in the afternoon. Well, I'm too tired. If you're making excuses instead of actions, you see, the purpose of that challenge is to motivate you. Whatever your goal is, he says, in reality, challenges are often pathways to self-improvement and development. Some of you go right to the gym, and the first time you lift the little weights and you get there and your muscles are so, ooh, and you quit. No, your muscles are saying you haven't been using us in a while, and this is the consequence, the byproduct of non-using them. You see, that challenge of the pain has a purpose, because guess what? Your success is on the other side of the pain. And that's just not only in physical stuff. You've read that many times. This is nothing new to you all. Some of you've heard this. The pain of the workout, if you get past that, and then, of course, do the things you need to do, instead of saying, I need to lose weight, I ought to lose weight, one day I'm going to lose some weight, I will lose some weight. And because I'm going to do A, B, C, and D, I'm going to get through the challenge 1 pound at a time, 1 pound a week. Great. I'm not talking about the instant. Now, I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to criticize the people who want the instant. I'm going to take some shots and lose it. Okay, you can do that. And we just don't know the results of all the shots later on down the road. And it's instant. And the moment you stop taking the shots, all the pounds will come back. That's a fact. So, or I need to do this. But the whole point of it is misunderstanding the purpose of challenges. So the challenges has purpose. That is so powerful. And those of you who know the late great Dr. Miles Monroe, he wrote a book called The Pursuit of Purpose. I highly recommend. He wrote many books, but that was the first book he wrote that I read. And to this day, it still rocks. You know, he's no longer with us, but his word is, no doubt. And he talks about pursuit of purpose. And he said in there, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Yes, know the purpose. So misunderstanding the purpose of the challenge. So the challenge will have a purpose for you. The purpose could be for you being in better shape. The purpose for you is going back to school to do whatever it is. The purpose could be for you to volunteer in your place of worship and stop being a moocher. You've been going to that place of worship, love it, been going 20 years and never served. You've been robbing your talents. Well, I don't know what I need. Develop. Somebody needs to hear. You need to volunteer. You need to be somewhere, volunteering, serving, get busy. And that challenge could be for you. Well, I don't know. I don't like being around people. So you're just going to go and be a spectator. Okay? That's another topic. Somebody need to hear that part. What are you volunteering? What are you running from? So if you just joined us with today here on WDRB Media, Voice of the Community, the It's About You radio show, we're talking about why people shy away from challenges. And the points I've been talking about so far have been fear of failure, comfort zones, fear of judgment, lack of confidence. And I just talked about past negative experiences and now misunderstandings the purpose of challenges. They have challenges to correct you. My next point talks about challenges build resilience. Challenges builds resilience. Facing difficulty strengthens emotional and mental toughness. Toughness between the ears. Over time, individuals learn how to recover more quickly from setbacks. Oh, Come on, put your shoes on. You can shout on this one, y'all. You can get your shouting on. Come on, Sister Johnson. I know you listening. You can lean over and say, let me whisper in your ear. You see, this is so powerful because challenges builds resilience, the ability to bounce back. Facing difficulty strengthens you emotionally, mental toughness. Over time, individuals learn how to recover more quickly. And you're going to have setbacks. Let me go ahead and put that right off the bat. Challenges, because when you finish one challenge, another one may come. And you keep getting the challenges and you learn how to bounce back to what used to be a challenge 4 months ago is not a challenge now. For example, I can walk 4 miles now, no pain. When I first started out walking, half a mile. Yeah. And that was a struggle, but I was sore a little bit. Then I got that mile in, got the 2 miles in. I average about 2.5 miles just walking. And then going to the gym, the dumbbells, you start out, I don't care if you're starting out with 2 pounds, 5 pounds. Because you can't start out with 15 or 20 right off the bat. No, you can't. But see, the challenge, and once you go through the little pain, now resilience is built in. Strength has gotten there. Your confidence. Got my confidence back. I got this thing. Ain't no stopping us now. That's one of the reasons this show starts out with that song. Ain't no stopping us now. I love that song because how many times do we have the setbacks? Do we have the challenges? We got our minds all messed up on all kind of areas in our lives. We're making excuses. But the thing of it is important that we understand that the challenges builds resilience. You get stronger. And it's not a challenge anymore. It used to be a challenge. And I got my confidence back. I can see this. I've grown. The dumbbells now, you couldn't bench 50 pounds before. Now you're at 100 pounds. 5 months later, you at 100 pounds. You can do reps with 100 pounds. Or before, ladies, when you couldn't do curls with 5 pounds. Now you got 10 pounds and you're doing more reps with them. And now you drop that 2 dress sizes. Come on. And now people are saying, girl, you looking good. But you remember when you started. Oh, you remember when you started. You start talking about, oh, this dress is tight. Oh, this dress is shrinking. Come on, guys. You was in that, you in that 44, 42. Then you drop down that 38. Yeah, that's where I'm at, that 38, headed to 36. And then somebody starts saying, man, you looking good. You losing that weight. I'm getting out there. I'm going another mile. Come on. Come on. That's what you do. And sometimes through that adversity, the challenges, you're building resilience. Building that resilience. And let me tell you, that is straight smoke right there. This challenge right here hits you between the ears because there's going to be some pain. You will not have the word challenge and comfort in the same sentence. Oh, that challenge is easy. Then it wasn't a challenge. See, challenge comes, oftentimes people avoid opportunities. They avoid the greatness. They avoid opportunities to make more money or to do whatever else because it comes disguised in work overalls. It comes disguised as hard work. It's disguised as pain. But on the other side of the pain, I'm going to say that again, your greatness, your ability to succeed, your success is on the other side of the P word, the pain. And pain is a process. Yes, and the pain starts to be less. And when the pain doesn't hurt anymore, now it's time to elevate again. Because see, you couldn't do 5 pounds before. Don't stay at 5 pounds for 5 months. You got to move up to 10 pounds at some point. If you move up to 10 pounds, but you can only curl it 4 times, whereas you can curl it 15 times at 5 pounds, those 4 times are going to help you. Because once you get out of the struggle, you got to go to another struggle. Ooh, that's a blessing right there. Go to another struggle. That is your resilience. That is your growth. That is your strength. That is your success. That is your hope. All of that right there. Yes, that makes it, look, that is straight fire, guys, straight fire. So we're talking about that challenge. Challenges builds resilience. My next point talks about growth happens through difficulty. Like similar to what I just talked about. Growth happens through difficulty. Personal growth rarely occurs when things are easy. If it's easy, it's sleazy. Come on. Challenges forces people to learn new skills, perspectives, and strategies. Let me tell you this right now. All the old school, all the old heads, 55 years of age and older, and you're afraid of the computer. You're afraid of social media. You're afraid of all this technology. I just don't get. Quit making excuses. Because I know 80-year-olds tearing up social media, Instagram, Facebook. Look, listen, learning the computer, afraid of the mouse, afraid of technology. I didn't grow up with this. So what? You can AI. You better learn. Because you see that part, and it talks about growth happens through the difficulty. Personal growth occurs, when things are easy. It says growth, it rarely occurs when things are easy. You can't learn if it's easy. Challenges force people to learn new skills and perspective. The best basketball players, the small players, are on the court with the big boys. Because if you're the best player on the lower level, you can't get tested till you get with guys who are better than you. Women that are better players than you. They're knocking you around. They're blocking your shot. They're stealing the ball from you. When you playing with the peewees, you taller than everybody. You dunking on all the small players. And you call yourself great. You got to move up to the big leagues. When you move up and you get challenged, now you see how test your game out against some real competition. The players who play AAU basketball, AAU soccer, or baseball, they go to these camps all the time. The best players in the collegiate level all play AAU basketball since age about 10. You playing rec league basketball, you scoring 25 points, you start playing against the better competition, you can't score at all. Your game got exposed. But you got to get that same thing in life. So you figure out how you can challenge your game, because it says growth happens through difficulty. So when you got difficulty, no, this is a purpose. It's a plan for me to get this. I got to have it. This is how I'm going to grow. This is how I'm going to make it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is designed, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, when I found out about this topic, when I heard the story, I said, oh man, I gotta do this story, because it blessed me to be able to be challenged and to be pushed. We'll be right back.
Your body is the most advanced operating system in the world. Every day, trillions of cells run millions of processes at once. Over time, it can start to slow down due to stress, poor sleep, diet, environmental stressors. It can feel overwhelming. Suddenly, you feel the lag. Brain fog, low energy, poor digestion, slower recovery. That's your system struggling to keep up. What if, instead, you could give yourself an edge to tackle what the day has in store? From the creators of the world's most powerful activation products comes Healthy Edge. Healthy Edge starts with Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. It reduces oxidative stress by up to 40% in 30 days by activating your natural cellular defense system to help your body make its own antioxidants that are 1,000,000 times more powerful than any you could ever take. The other half of Healthy Edge is P84. Using the right amount of whole food ingredients, probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, and digestive enzymes, P84 activates the master peptides in your gut that help regulate, repair, and restore balance, going beyond supplementation. On their own, each activator is powerful. Together, they help you feel unstoppable. NRF2 Synergizer is your defense. P84 is your offense. And when they work as one, you don't just keep up, you stay ahead of everything life throws your way. Want to level up your activation? Check out our other activator products and learn about sharing these life-changing products to start a healthy side business. Take back your day with Healthy Edge.
To learn more about Healthy Edge, simply go to mauricemcdonald.net. That's MauriceMcDonald.net. Again, mauricemcdonald.net to learn about the Healthy Edge and take back your day. We're back, guys. We're back here. The It's About You radio show, WDRB Media, the voice of the community. Maurice McDonald. Guys, we've been talking about why people shy away from challenges. And we're about to finish this up. Let me let you know, this is going to be part 2, maybe part 3 with this, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to have some guests come in and we're going to rap about this as well. But before we go, I want to make sure I finish up a couple more points here. And my next point, my point number 9 is challenges reveal strengths. Challenges reveal strength. When individuals face adversity, they often discover abilities and strengths they did not know they had. It's like you become an archaeologist. You're digging up the bones. You're finding out gifts you had. You're finding out strengths you have. There's a quote that sometimes people say that does not kill you will only make you stronger. The adversity you've been through in your life. Some of you have been fighting through divorce. You've been fighting through your second divorce or relationships with children or whatever it is you've had to fight through. Difficulties on the job and whatever. Some people just up and quit and didn't think about the consequences of it right away. Don't make a snap judgment. Plan your exit. But the idea that you went through some struggles, you went through, that whole piece, it revealed your strengths. The adversity, they often discover. If you've been through something, you'll discover how strong you really are. And there's nothing more powerful. I want you to think about it. Civil rights movement for African Americans and the women's movement when women couldn't vote and it's still the struggle people got to go through. Adversity. And you discover some strengths that you did not know you had. And that makes you stronger. And every time you go through one, and by the way, the next time you go through a challenge, you got to figure, all right, what's my lesson? What is my learning point? What am I here? What am I going to learn about myself? As opposed to getting on social media, whining and crying, and some of y'all turning to liquor and drugs and everything else you're going to do because you're facing a challenge. What is my lesson here? I will not quit. I will survive. I am a way maker. Well, my creator is a way maker. I'm a vessel and I'm going to listen. Some of you got to get stronger and get your prayers right. Get your mind right. Don't be always praying, whoa, it's me, help me out. No, hey, I know, listen, God, I know. Have a conversation. I know I've been here before. I came to you, but guess what? With your help, I'm getting through this. No, I'm putting my gloves on. Ladies, when somebody mess with your children, y'all ready to fight right now. Somebody said something, done said something about your child, somebody threatening to harm your child, you getting the Vaseline, taking the earrings off. Men, you doing the same thing, you stepping up, somebody talking about your woman, and you better knock somebody out. Then I need you to knock the opportunity out, the challenge, whatever's blocking your blessing. Understand, you prepare. Listen, you will always have problems. I need you to think about the challenges that you're going to face. And I need you to walk boldly, and you're going to develop new skills, your strengths. You will understand, you'll get stronger. Yes. And you'll have that strength to push through the negativity and everything you've been facing, and understanding that no longer are you going to shy away from challenges. Take your running shoes off and put your work boots on. Put your overalls on. Put your boxing gloves on. Whatever the challenge, whatever you got to do. Tell the opportunity. Tell the obstacle. Tell whatever is going on. You came, but you didn't come to stay. I need you to understand. Get strong. Get your fist strong. And realize I'm knocking this whatever out in front of me, my challenges, and I'm going to make this thing work, and I'm going to fly with it. Hey, listen, time goes by so fast. My time is almost up. But before that, I want you to go to mauricemcdonald.net. Go to mauricemcdonald.net. and learn all about your gut microbiome. Also, go to mauricemcdonald.net. I wanted you to email me. Email me what those challenges were you said earlier. And my email again is lovebiome, LOVEBIOME 22 at gmail.com. And we're going to be back next Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the It's About You radio show, because we're going to be in the building.